Hello dear viewer, we welcome you to the Power Circuit. It is proudly brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, to give you updates and scorecards in the Nigerian power sector. I am Amara Agugesi and I'm leading you through the reports lined up for today. Ajah substation takes delivery of new power transformer. We have a spotlight on the encroachment of power transmission lines right-of-way in the Enugu region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The erection of structures on the power lines clearly defined route is illegal and poses great danger to people and the lines. In the interview segment, we will be hearing from the project manager for the French Development Agency, AFD Project Implementation Unit of TCN, Engineer Zuwera Mohamed Abba, who will speak about her unit at TCN and the flagship program being delivered to boost bulk electricity services in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory and neighboring states. In this fresh year 2025, the goal of the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN is to accelerate the delivery of more bulk transmission infrastructure nationwide. And so the TCN Lagos region has taken delivery of a new 100 MVA power transformer at the 330, 132, 33 kV Ajah transmission substation. There is a significant impact this power infrastructure will bring to the national electricity grid upon its installation, energizing and commissioning.
Recall that in January 2025, the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, commissioned the first power transformer at a solar substation in Lagos, which was financed by the SLA and CBN arrangement. According to the Senior Manager, Protection, Control and Metering at the Ajah sub-region of TCN, Engineer Matthew Akonde, this new project in Ajah Transmission Substation is also part of the service level agreement and the Central Bank of Nigeria financed projects that are ongoing and meant to improve power supply in Nigeria.
The transformer just came in, that was the day before yesterday, and it's one of the SLA projects that is ongoing at Ajah. So the power of that, the rating of that transformer is 1 by 100 MV by 132 by 3 kV transformer.
Once the new 100 MVA transformer is energized, it will increase the wheeling capacity of the power transmission substation from 280 megawatts to 360 megawatts at the 132 33 kV level of the Ajah transmission substation.
The capacity of this station presently, we have 3 by 60 MV, 132 by 33 kV and 1 by 100 MV, 132 by 30 kV at 132 by 30 kV level. It will be 380, so that we now have 4 number of transformers now. Because presently now we have okay, this one will make 5 transformers that we have here now at 132 by 30 kV. Because presently we have one existing 100 by 100 MV. As we can see, this is additional one. We now have 2 by 100 MV by 132 by this 33 kV. And you have another 3 by 60 MV transformer. You have 280 before. Plus this 80 now, it's 100 MV now. So the active power now is real power that we need. So it's going to add 80 megawatt. 280 plus 80 megawatt. That is what. We are going to have 360 megawatts.
The new addition at the Ajah Transmission Substation will provide more bulk power that will enable a co-electricity distribution company to offtake more electricity for distribution to its consumers around Ajah environs in Lagos State.
The community that benefit from this transformer is Eleko, Sagutedo, Awoyaya and Okera. Those are the communities that will benefit from this transformer.
Engineer Akonde was optimistic that consumers will soon begin to reap the benefits of enhanced bulk power transmission capacity through the immediate distribution load centers of the Eco-Disco.
The communities will expect that there should be steady power supply by the time when we finish this project and when we commission this transformer. So they should expect steady power supply from TCN.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) has always demonstrated the dangers associated with conducting business or living under power transmission lines. Despite the sustained enlightenment campaigns by the company, the encroachment of power transmission lines right-of-way has continued without restraint. In this edition, the Power Circuit brings you a spotlight on such observed situations under the Enugu region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN). The erection of structures under power lines clearly defined route is illegal and poses great danger to people and the lines.
The campaign against the encroachment of the right-of-way of power transmission lines is ongoing by the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN). Findings have shown that in some locations across the country, people have raised illegal structures and trading under TCN power lines right-of-way, as well as the persistent excavation and mining of soil along transmission line routes and tower bays. The TCN team in Enugu Regional Headquarters went on field mission in Enugu to flag some of such illegal activities. Leading the team during the power transmission lines encroachment observation exercise is Engineer Jude Mado, a Principal Manager, Health, Safety and Environment at the Enugu region of TCN. Engineer Mado met with some builders at a site right under TCN power transmission line and addressed them immediately.
We are here on inspection. This is our transmission line. We have this and this. And we want to ask you some questions. We met you before, right?
Actually, the main guy is not around, so he said I should look after the site.
Okay. You are like a site engineer supervisor.
Yes.
Okay. So we've come here before. Our main aim is to make sure these are our transmission lines.
Okay.
There are rules guiding this transmission line that you don't have to put up any construction within these two transmission lines. And the other time we came, we served you people notice. When we left, we discovered that you continue with your construction.
Engineer Mado explained how the 330 kV power transmission line transmits electricity at a high voltage across states in Nigeria to ensure every part of the country has electricity. He also stated the dangers of having a building under the transmission line.
The main aim of having this transmission line is to transfer power from other states to Enugu.
Exactly.
So we don't want anything to obstruct the line. So like your construction is encroaching on the right of way of the line, which is not one. The safety reasons. When this line cuts, it can kill any person or even building can set it on fire. Another thing is the safety of our equipment, the lines. We don't want anything to happen to it. You might set up a fire or any other thing. When it touches it, it's going to get the cable to the grid.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, working with state governments, has the mandate to demolish all illegal structures under any power transmission lines right-of-way.
We have the mandate to come and demolish all these buildings that encroach on the transmission line. So this is the final warning we are giving to you. Because when we come again, we are going to arrest any worker, any person we see on site. We are taking it serious, and that's why this will be the third time we are coming for the same issue. We discovered that when we leave, you people come back. We don't want that to continue.
The site engineer, who identified himself as Emmanuel, said he was not aware that the property had encroached the power transmission lines right-of-way and further made inquiry on the way forward.
Actually been talked to by the community, because when we bought the land, we didn't know. So, but can we have any other thing we should do? Can we make it like this, or can we continue the project?
Responding, the TCN team lead emphasized that structures are not allowed under transmission lines.
Remove it. You are not supposed to even put up any structure here. You are not supposed to put up any structure. That's why we came the first time to warn you people. And we did foundation here. See where the level we are. So it means you people didn't want to hit instruction. How we know that these two transmission lines, we want to, because of the importance of this line, that's why we are getting supply to Enugu and the other states. So we can't compromise the standard. We have the standard, we can't compromise.
Officials of TCN carry out these observation exercises across the 10 regions to ensure that structures that are being erected are stopped. However, there are legal actions to take, including demolition of the structures if the people remain adamant to the TCN warnings.
Yeah, to make sure you are fully aware of what is happening. It's part of our sensitization. Another time we come is for enforcement. We are going to arrest you people and pull down the building. You can see the notice put by Enugu Capital Territory on the same structure. They asked them to remove. They sent one in TC and serve them.
First of all,
but they ignored the two warnings and continued their construction. So all these things serve as evidence that they are fully aware of what they are doing.
After this timeout, the interview segment begins. This is a power circuit. Please stay put.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmits bulk electricity from power generating companies, GenCos, distribution load centers of distribution companies, DISCOs, nationwide. At TCN, we transport bulk electricity at very high voltage to DISCOs, who now off-take it and distributes it directly to electricity customers nationwide. TCN does not generate electricity. We transport the quantum of power generated to distribution load centers. TCN does not distribute electricity directly to electricity consumers. Our job stops where that of the DISCOs begin. TCN, transmitting bulk electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The series on efficient power transmission project management in the interview segment continues today. With us today is the project manager for the French Development Agency AFD Project Implementation Unit at TCN, Engineer Zuwera Mohamed Abba. This unit oversees all power transmission projects with funding from the AFD. Engineer Zuwera will be providing insights on the status of power transmission projects by the AFD PIU, of which one of its core projects is the execution of the Abuja Transmission Ring project that is adding multiple transmission substations in the capital city. We understand that the Abuja Transmission Ring project is a core task for the AFD PIU of TCN. What is the scope?
Abuja Transmission Ring project is divided into 6 lots. It's actually a very comprehensive project in TCN. It is divided into 6 lots with 2 transmission lines, and then we have 4 substation lots packages. The transmission lines, first of all, is the one coming from Lafayette to New Apo, which is a 330 kV transmission line, about 143 kilometers. That transmission line is actually meant to be the 3rd feeding into Abuja, which is supposed to give it at least a more robust supply into the city and its environs. Because, you know, we have one line from Shiroro to Abuja, and then the second is the one that is coming from Gwagwalada, and then from Waji to Gwagwalada. So the 3rd leg is from Lafayette to New Apo. And then the New Apo substation, again, from New Apo, we have one going to Kuje, and then another one going to Lokogoma, which is we call Wumba, and then we have another one backfeeding to the old Apo substation, that's the existing substation, all on 132 kV. Those three lines I mentioned are on 132. And then we have the third line, the fourth line, which is from Kuje to West Main and vice versa. So we are having West Main to Kuje, which is again on 132. These are the components of the transmission lines. And then for the substations, the new Apo is 2 by 150 MVA. And then we have 3 number 60 MVA again. When we say 2 by 150 MVA means we have 2 number 150 MVA transformers and then 3 number 60 MVA transformers. That is the capacity at New Apo. And then we have the West Main, which is another substation package, which is the lot 4. Again, we have 2 number 150 MVA as well. And then with 2 number 60 MVA. That's at West Main. Sorry, it's 3 number 60 MVA as well. That's for lot 4. And then we have lot 5, which is 2 components of the substations. We have Kuje and Wumba. Kuje is 3 number 60 MVA as well, while the one at Lokogoma, we have 2 number 60 MVAs. And then we have the last lot, which is lot 6, which is Gwarimpa, but it is now renamed Dawaki because it is located in Dawaki, but initially we used to call it Gwarimpa. That also is a 2 number 60 MVA substation, but that substation is a gas insulated substation, which is called a GIS in short form. Well, what is interesting about that particular substation, it has been energized as far back as November 2022, and AEDC has taken 3 out of the 6 feeders so far in that substation. So this is the Abuja feeding scheme component that we have.
What is the objective of conceiving such a comprehensive power transmission expansion project?
TCN actually initiated this Abuja feeding scheme project to address some of the critical power infrastructure challenges in the FCT. Those challenges include as we all know, the growing electricity demand, which of course we know, if you look at Abuja in the last 5-10 years, you know that without this growth from time to time, of course, by now would have been talking about a different thing. So obviously, as part of TCN policy, you normally have the system expansion, which is usually based on maybe either after 5 years or 2 years or 10 years plans. So obviously Abuja's feeding scheme was one of those plans that TCN had as part of the expansion of the FCT.
What is the status of the Abuja Ring Transmission Project?
As at today, the status of the Abuja feeding scheme collectively is at 89.5%. But there are completions, individual completions are at various stages. As I told you, lot 6 is already completed. It's been on, and AEDC has taken supply since as far back as 2023. And there are some of them also that have been completed at about 95-98%. So holistically, it's at 89.5%.
Is TCN on course to meet up with the revised completion timeline of the project?
TCN remains committed to meeting this revised delivery time, because of course, as you know, even with the recent happenings, definitely TCN has always been on its toes to ensure that all our projects, all the projects ongoing, are completed within the shortest possible time to ensure all those gaps are being closed, and then all the aspirations of Nigerian populace is being met. So definitely the PIU is on course. TCN is on course with the timeline, by the grace of God.
What message do you have for Nigerians on the impact of the Abuja Ring Transmission project?
Yes, I want to tell Nigerians, and particularly the residents of FCT and part of Nasarawa State, and of course part of even Niger, where this project will go, that they should be rest assured in the very near future, by the time we commission these projects, power outage, by the grace of God, in Abuja will be a thing of the past. And our plea on behalf of TCN management from this PIU is that we should know that whatever the federal government brings to the people, it's for them. So please, we want them to understand and to know that whatever infrastructure you have around you, you should be the policeman to that infrastructure. Please, they should avoid and stay away from vandalization.
In the near future, Nigerians in the Federal Capital Territory, parts of Nasarawa and Niger State will experience a significant boost in the delivery of electricity supply through the distribution load centers of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company. This is upon completion of the Abuja Transmission Ring project, which is currently around 90%. Here is a highlight of the reports we brought to you in this edition. Ajah substation takes delivery of new power transformer. We brought to you a spotlight on the encroachment of power transmission lines right-of-way in the Enugu region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The erection of structures under power lines clearly defined route is illegal and poses great danger to the people and the lines. In the interview segment, the project manager for the French Development Agency of the Project Implementation Unit of TCN, Engineer Zuwera Mohamed Abba, passionately provided an update about the Abuja Transmission Ring project, which is around 90% completion level. While the project under this program is nearing its completion, Engineer Zuwera appealed to Nigerians to jealously protect power transmission projects from vandals. Please continue to do your best in guarding against vandalism of power transmission lines, towers and substations in your locality. I am Amara Agugesi. Bye for now.